Hello, pup parents, and welcome to today's episode of the Perfect Pup Podcast. My name is Devin. My goal in this episode is to help you and other pup parents normalize that it's not always necessary to take your dog into places if they are not able to handle it. And I want to showcase that with a story. So let's get right into it. About a month or so ago, I went out to one of my favorite restaurants. It has a great outdoor seating and it's right along a busy street in New York. So tons of people walking by constantly, dogs, people on scooters, sometimes even bikes, all the works, right? A very crowded place, which is kind of part of the ambiance. So we're there, we're enjoying our meal, and a family near us decided to bring their large dog to the restaurant with them, which is okay. It was a dog friendly restaurant. But it became clear as the night went on that their dog wasn't capable of handling that situation. It did not have the capacity to not react to people walking by, dogs walking by. And it ended with clearly that family being frustrated. And unfortunately, that frustration being taken out on the dog with corrections and just scolding and generally, not doing things that are helpful for the dog. And it really got me thinking that we need to be okay with, and we should normalize the fact that not every dog needs to go out into public spaces. Obviously, I'm not talking about taking your dog on a walk or, being at a park. Like those things, it's probably a part of every dog's life, but going out to dog-friendly restaurants, even beaches, stores that allow dogs, you don't have to do that. And you don't need to stress yourself out or work yourself up with, wow, I need to get so my dog can do that. It looks like so much fun. I understand the allure. I understand, especially in the age of social media, we see other dogs and they're, wow, having so much fun out at that cafe with their pup parent, or wow, look at them in that store shopping with their human. And it can seem so enticing. And the point that we miss is that every dog is different. And not only is every dog different, but their capabilities are very different. When you see a dog out at a dog friendly restaurant and they're laying there calm the entire time, not reacting, not getting up when other dogs or people come by, that dog has probably been practicing and training for that for years. And so if you just brought home a new puppy or a rescue dog and you're thinking, wow, I really want to be able to take them out with me and have more time with them, know that it might be too early. Know that your dog might not be ready for it. And it's so important to train and raise the dog in front of you. Every technique that you hear, every training plan that you hear or read about or see online, it may not work for your dog. And the same goes for just where we take our dogs in general. It's okay if our dogs cannot handle certain situations. And I think it's on us as pup parents to not let our own personal desires, for example, of taking our dog with us everywhere, get in the way of stressing our dogs out and putting them in unnecessary, anxiety inducing, potentially problematic situations just because we want them to be there with us. I know that it can be hard. I know that we want our dogs to be with us in a lot of instances, but let's not force it. As a community of pup parents, like we need to talk more about the fact that it's okay if your dog isn't good with going into public spaces, if they can't handle dog friendly restaurants or stores. And remember, every situation is different. So learn as much as you can to tap into your dog's emotions and see how they're reacting in situations. Every situation where you take your dog into a new place or a new environment, just know that it might be overwhelming for them. It might be something that they're not able to handle, and that's okay. You can leave. You don't have to continue going there. It's better to leave a situation than to keep your dog there and potentially create really negative connections with being out in public, with being around other people, with being around other dogs, etc. Train the dog in front of you, raise the dog in front of you, and don't spend too much time comparing other people and what their dogs are doing to what you wish your dog could be doing. I hope this episode is helpful. I hope it just gives you some assurance that, not every dog is perfect and, not every dog is meant to go into these situations where they're in public spaces and they're at dog friendly restaurants or those types of places. It's okay if your dog is more of a homebody. If your dog gets anxious, that's okay. You don't need to force them into situations just because you've seen someone else doing it. Above all, stick with a training plan. If you want to work towards that, it's good. And I think it's a fun thing to be able to do if your dog's personality is up for it. But be patient with your dog's progress. Stick with a training plan and don't put your dog in a situation where they're going to be overwhelmed and unable to handle what is placed in front of them. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts, share it with a friend. And other than that, we will catch you on the next episode.